Listen up, everybody. If you don't take cooking seriously, somebody's going to get hurt. This is part of your education as well, so don't fool around and do it seriously. This is the teacher, I assume, who has no art in the games. A lazy hi wafted through the class in response. Half of the school day today was going to be home economics class. The plan was for everybody to make curry rice and give it to the forest rangers who let this building be rented out as a school. If everybody were making curry in the same pot, it would have had a more of a party-like atmosphere. But this was school, after all. You don't trust the games club with knives? Why not? Excluding the youngest students, each one of us would be making our own curry, with the results being judged. Alright, everybody. It may be that nowadays curry is an easy meal anybody can make, but it has its roots in traditional Indian cuisine. Even though we've altered it a bit in the Japanese style, it is still instilled with the knowledge and culture of ancient India. Absolutely do not neglect that fact. Is Ryushiki the, least xenophobic man? I'll have words with anybody who doesn't take this seriously, so be prepared for that. That seemed like a needlessly passionate sermon on curry. Well, whatever. It's rumored that Chie-sensei— oh my god, she got a name in this chapter. It's rumored that Chie-sensei has devoted her life to curry. She'll probably be a pretty strict judge. As long as you're not failing, your grade in home ec doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter at all. I wouldn't say that if I were you. The teacher's a tyrant when it comes to curry. What the heck does that even mean? A curry tyrant? Sarge, what is it? Never heard of that before. You see, Teacher CL from Melty? I don't know things about Melty Blood or Tsukihime, unfortunately. Fortunately? I'm not gonna hate on another visual novel, I don't know anything about it. You see, our normally mild-mannered teacher, for some unfathomable reason, is a stickler for curry. Unwieldingly so. Oh, she does love curry, I did know that. Yeah, it's said that every year she goes on a journey to India to research mythical curry. This is just a rumor, but it seems that she eats 3 curry rice meals a day. And if she occasionally has something else, it always has to be curry flavored. That's not unyielding, that's unnatural. Is she part of an evil cult or something? Besides, doesn't curry top the list when it comes to junk food? Curry 3 times a day is just weird nutritionally speaking, and embedded into the table right by my fingertips, a chef's knife, ladle, and spatula hummed gently as they still quivered. The teacher, while mixing her own pot, was looking this way, smiling. Kei-chan, shh! If you say any more, you'll be sleeping with the fishes. Saying even a little bit more would make my situation a lot more dire. Yeah. Just be serious and make your curry properly and everything's good, alright? I don't think it's going to be that easy today. Look, Mi-chan is— it's written all over her face. If the playing field is even, and we're being judged, there's no way this won't turn into a competition. It looks like we're all on the same page. It's a cooking contest. I knew it. There's no way Mion would leave such an exciting event alone. How should we determine the victor? By how the teacher judges it? As if saying, but wait, there's more. The teacher reappeared with the principal until— oh no! The purpose of today's event is to show appreciation for the people at the Forestry Service, so they'll be judging the results with me. Yep. Your teacher and I, as well as 5 people from the Forestry Service, will be judging your cooking. Good luck to everyone. I wish I could do like a Heihachi laugh, because I feel like that's what I should do for the principal. Book 1, if Keiichi told his teacher, Rena and Mion talk shit over curry. Even the principal? Looking around, it seemed like the interest of everybody in the class had peaked. 7 judges. So that's what's happening. This isn't gonna just be some casual curry cook-off. Rena is good at making curry. I'm not going to lose today. My grade is cooking in a group, so I'm together with Rika. That's unfair. I'm pretty sure that Rika is good at cooking. My curry is so tasty it'll send shivers down your spine. What about Mion? She doesn't seem like she's too good at cooking. Maybe it's because of, like, the amount of pieces of Japanese media I've seen where it's like you would think that the girl is good at cooking, but she's actually bad at it. That it feels wild to me that most of the girls in Higurashi are actually good cooks. Although, I think there are canon reasons for all of them being good cooks that we haven't gotten to yet. All I can think of is like the curry cook-off in Persona 4. Where it's like, the girls, they can't cook curry well. Can you believe it? Her type has always been bad at this kind of thing. But Mion continued to look unconcerned. I'll tell you what Kei-chan is thinking right now. Mion is definitely bad at cooking. Am I right? Yo, did she just Joseph Joestar him? I don't like the way she said that. It couldn't be. Mion couldn't possibly. At that moment, the teacher's whistle sounded. Alright everybody, are you ready? Be very careful with the knives. Start! The call to arms had sounded. We had to use an outdoor kit to cook the rice, but it wasn't that difficult for a camping veteran like me. Put the rice into the canister, push your palm to the bottom, and fill with water just above the wrist. Are you alright with only that much water? If you don't put in more, it could be bad. You filthy liar! Usada! If I put in any more, I'll just be left with some half-cooked porridge. Sadako, if that's meant to be a trick, it won't work. I'm used to cooking rice with these utensils. First it starts to bubble, then the steam starts to puff. Don't take off the lid no matter what. Keiichi-kun, you're amazing. This is a little unexpected. Did you learn this at summer camp? My dad really likes to go camping, see? Whenever summer comes around, our family goes a lot. So this means everybody is good at cooking the rice. In other words, the critical part of this challenge will be the curry. Curry is Rika's specialty. We'll cream you all. You lost me at Rika's. Why don't you help with the cooking too? Maybe. Sadako-chan is helping the most by doing nothing at all. Bruh. The ends justify the means. I just have to win. That was a pretty malicious comment for Rena. And Sadako took it hook, line, and sinker. Rena could only apologize between fits of laughter while Sadako chased her around. Owned. Guilty Gear IK music starts to play. Well now, should we move on to the curry? For now the battle truly begins. After rinsing off the carrots, potatoes, and other standard vegetables, I grasp the knife. What will today's curry taste like? As Rena hummed along, her very well-practiced hands wielded her knife. The rhythmical sounds of the knife hitting the cutting board harkened to kind images of days long past. Simply put, it was perfect. It was so calm and practiced, I seriously don't stand a chance. Rena's knife play is just exquisite. I looked over at Sadako and Rika-chan. Sadako was in charge of washing the vegetables, while Rika-chan was in charge of peeling them. That's what I heard being discussed, but Rika-chan's knife skills are something else as well. Jack-off's gun. She was happily rotating the potato and peeling it quite quickly. On top of that, the peels spanned the entire potato. What was that called again? Katsuramuki? I've heard that peeling a vegetable in one loop around like that is a highly regarded technique. She picked up a peel from the sink and carved a pair of eyes into it with her knife. It's a snake. Roar. Saying that she placed the longly peeled potato skin on top of the head of the head of a boy from her group. She wasn't even breaking a sweat. When it comes to Rika-chan and cooking, I couldn't even hold a candle to her. It's just good-natured fun. But, roar? The snakes make that sound? Alright then, how's Mion doing? She's definitely just fumbling along. There's no way she can peel a potato so effortlessly like that. Absolutely no way. This can't be. You've got to be kidding me. This is a trick. She's using special effects. Oh my god, Hercule? Where's the wire? She's definitely using a wire. Yo, what up, Jack? What up, Marche? The club competition music, it's really good. Here, take a look-see. As if she had already won, Mion proudly showed me the elongated potato skin. You didn't know, Keiichi? Mi was taught how to cook by her grandma. Not just cooking. From sewing to flower arrangement to playing the koto. From marksmanship to radio operation. Even helicopter piloting is but one of the many myriad things she can do. Strangely enough, the latter items were more realistic. It was the first few items on that list that seemed like a lie. What is wrong with you, Keiichi? She's actually really good at cooking. It's just such a hassle that she never does it, though. Damn it. I'm also really good at cooking, especially Chinese food. Keiichi, boiling something and pouring it into a bowl doesn't count as cooking. Shot down before I could even say it. Oh, too bad for you. Today, Keiichi-san shall assuredly languishing in defeat all alone. Tough words from somebody who can't even cook by herself. Rika. There. I'll destroy Keiichi for you. This does not look good. Everybody is smirking at me. Don't raise the white flag yet, my Bara Keiichi. Don't throw away this match. Calm down and think. Did we just get another calm down, my Bara Keiichi? Not about how to peel these potatoes well, but how to win this challenge. There's too many people watching. I'm going to work at another sink. Saying only that, I gathered up all the vegetables and left that spot behind. Will Keiichi-kun be alright? I'm worried he might cut himself with his knife. Let's see what Kei-chan's doing. No matter how hard I try peeling these, if I slip up at this speed, I'll lop my fingers right off. And there's only one thing left to do. Tomita-kun. Okamura-kun. Oh, you guys were in a group of 4, huh? It was the 2 underclassmen that had become my sworn brothers ever since the event at that toy store last Sunday. They had been paired with 2 girls for their group. Yep, both the girls are pretty good at cooking. So both of us can just mess around and we'll be okay. Both of them pointed at the girls. They're not as good as Rena, but they were both good enough at handling a knife. I'll get straight to the point. At this rate, I'm gonna lose this contest. Give me the vegetables your group has peeled already. Maibara-san, that's pretty much theft. But depending on what's in it for us... In other words, it depends on the terms of negotiation. Quite bold of you guys. Well, that's to be expected. And let's do this. If I win, I'll let you eat the curry that Sadako and Rika-chan's group makes. How about that? That's surprisingly not perverse. That's just kind of cute. I shouldn't say that before the scene finishes. I don't know about that. Both of them were hesitant after such a weighty proposal. Just one more little push seems in order. God damn it. Very well then, let's make them an offer they can't refuse. I pulled both of them close by the shoulders and made my offer in a hushed tone. Of course, that includes the part that Sadako and Rika-chan have already eaten some of. I'll even throw in the spoons. A red mist sprouted vigorously from the... Okay, it's not that bad. It's just an indirect kiss. H-san is also pretty good at this. Those are some... That was the blood, you know, the anime blood boner effects. You know how blood comes out of your nose whenever you get a boner? Everyone know about that? Those are some very nice potatoes. Having brilliantly cleared the vegetable peeling challenge, I returned to my comrades in triumph. Wow, amazing, amazing! H-kun's peeling is really good. That's not quite right. What Kei-chan has bared isn't a potato, but his fangs. I love Sonozaki Mion. Yeah, I'm super serious about this. I'll crush you all. Having finished with preparing the vegetables, next is to boil a pot of water, then add the vegetables in order of which takes longest to cook. Keiichi is a fairy? Probably. I learned this part from my mother when we went camping. But just cooking in order, it probably won't garner a lot of points. Look over at Rena. She had a variety of vegetables cooking together in a delicate balance. She wasn't being ambitious or calculating a way to win the game. She was making delicious food with a mother's touch. I have a feeling that I could somehow compete with Mion in terms of technique, but I would be no match for Rena. She was way out of my league. When my mother makes curry, you see, she always uses lots of ingredients. That's why Rena's curry uses a lot of ingredients as well. I really wanted to take all night and stew it nice and slow. Ow. I beg of you, will you please help just a little with my curry? No. This is one of our club activities. Rena won't lose. When she enters club mode, even the normally kind Rena becomes an enemy. Looks like Rika-chan is cooking apples as well. Ugh, she's like a pro at this. How about Mion? Mion, you... What the heck is that? Where did you get meat from? I predicted what we would be doing today by looking at the schedule, so I prepared accordingly. My curry is going to be marvelous. Upon closer inspection, it looks like Mion brought her own vegetables and spices and other ingredients. They were spread all over the place. Mion, just for today, you brought all this stuff from your house. Objection! Chie-sensei, there's no way this is allowed, is it? Objection overruled. As long as it makes for delicious curry, anything goes. For that normally serious teacher to go so far as to upend a star to the end of her sentence. Just as the rumor said, she's a through-and-through curry freak. Level 99 curry freak. Rena and Rika-chan are naturally gifted chefs. I've come with thorough preparations. And, Kei-chan, what about you? No, this isn't the final round. This is just a club activity. It's hopeless. In the grand scheme of cooking, peeling the vegetables is only a small part of it. hurdles I must overcome are just too numerous and too high. Maibara-san, over here! Turning around, I saw the voices calling me belonging to my 2 underclassmen from earlier, Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun. What's up, you guys? What's up with that pot? Is it from your group? Switch this with your pot before somebody notices. I think that the curry the girls from our group made, at the very least, is better than what you could make. You guys, for me? Don't get the wrong idea. If you don't win, then that is... Oh, that's right. If I don't win, then the talk of eating Sadako and Rika-chan's curry goes right out the window. It seems like you guys are getting riled up about this too. Sorry, I'm in your debt. But I'm surprised the girls in your group agreed to this. Maibara-san, we're also serious about this. Filling in on day duty 3 times, these guys, to assure me victory, have paid the price. That gaze filled with burning conviction from my underclassmen. Yeah, I'm not fighting this alone. I'm fighting this with everyone. It's like Okimura and Tomita are like 8 years old. They are the same age as Sadako and Rika. Leave it to me. Save some room, boys. I'll definitely let you eat your fill. We shall be eagerly awaiting your victory. G Gundam-ass monologue. It's a gas stove, so controlling the heat is easy. All that's left is to let it stew a bit. No, they didn't steal the curry. It was a weirdly translated line, but they agreed to do the 2 girls in their group's classroom chores 3 days in a row. That was how they got the curry. The delicious smell of curry began wafting upwards. The pot gifted to me by my 2 underclassmen certainly drew some double takes. Rena even looked surprised when she came to take a look, so it must be pretty good. Hey-chan, you're pretty good. It looks like this will be a good match right to the bitter end. Rena wants to eat Keiichi-kun's curry. Rena's curry and Mion's curry, too. Everybody is a worthy opponent. I've done my very best, but I'm not sure of the outcome. So this is like a weird thing, because the 2 games that we've had so far in Watanagashi-hen have been the board game tournament where Keiichi got the game of life, which is completely luck-based, and the curry cooking, in which he was just hopelessly outmatched, so his only choice was to cheat. In both competitions so far. And Mion was happy both times that he cheated, which is interesting. I'm just pointing it out. Keiichi-san, Rika's calling you. Go see what she wants. What? Rika-chan's calling me? What could it be? Well, whatever. While I'm at it, I can gather some intelligence on the enemy. Rika-chan was doodling on the ground in front of the pot, because all that's left is to let it stew. Even then, it's good to know that she doesn't leave the stove unattended. Hey Rika-chan, how's yours doing? It's Mr. Curry. Huh? Rika-chan was doodling something strange and introduced it as Mr. Curry. Mr. Curry is amazing. He shoots beams from his eyes. Pew pew. Apparently Mr. Curry shoots beams from his eyes. Is Keiichi actually gonna get a girlfriend, and is he gonna fuck it up by cheating? Those are some things that Games just said. Drawing a beam with a stick, she etched a line towards my feet. Does this mean I've been shot with a laser? Whoa! Barrier! Beam reflect! I took another stick in my hand and reflected the beam, striking Mr. Curry. Okay, so the thing is that when Keiichi isn't being his one bad character trait, which is too horny, I think Keiichi is a really sweet kid. Like, genuinely. That's so... Also, it's weird that he has like a rivalry with an 8-year-old girl. He should be nicer to Sadako. Mr. Curry can shoot missiles from his stomach. Shoo. What? My bar a super electromagnetic barrier and retaliatory beam. Mr. Curry absorbs the beam energy and fires his impulse wave cannon. Rika-chan and I scratched at the ground, thoroughly engrossed in our doodle war. Wait a moment. Hey, Rika-chan, you called me here for a reason, right? Yes, I called you. But I've already fulfilled my purpose. At that moment, a chill ran up my spine. Already fulfilled her purpose? They got me. Headed back to my pot, standing there just as I feared was Sadako. With no questions asked, I drop-kicked the back of her head. What do you think you're doing? You know better than to do that to a lady's head. Keiichi did say fuck them kids. Who cares about that? Sadako, did you mix something in with my How impertinent. I haven't fallen that far. Despite what you may think, I'm a fair person, you know? Then what's this incomprehensible line of ladles and plates? Did a running forward to Sadako Hojo? Leaving them in all these unstable positions. If they fall over, what will you do? At that moment, a gentle breeze blew by, knocking over a ladle that was stood up on its end. The ladle, like a domino, fell over and knocked over the next cooking utensil in a row. This is art. Come to think of it, Domino World Record Challenges were quite the rage on television a while back. Art capitalized, that's so funny. Kei-chan! The frying pan! I didn't even have time to react. The chain reaction knocked over a cutting board, then a frying pan. The next after that was my pot. The fry pan struck my pot full force, tipping it over. The contents cruelly spilled out, and now my masterpiece was being sampled by the schoolyard. I stared, dumbfounded. It was such a beautiful and elaborate mousetrap that for a moment I lost touch with reality. Oh my, this is a catastrophe. I didn't do anything, you hear me? At the very last moment, I had let my guard down. I ignored the culinary incompetent Sadako for far too long. Even if she couldn't cook, Sadako still had this method of fighting back. Just then, Rena, who had been sampling her own pot, let out a scream. What? Rena's curry is salty? Salty? Was Rena also sabotaged? Then what about Mion? My rice is salty! I've been had! With this, all the obstacles in my way have been taken care of before the fight even begins. All that effort wasted. So sad. So sad. So very, very sad. Rika-chan and Sadako rubbed my dumbfounded head to their heart's content. The babies have taken this one. Or have they? Pushing the desks together, it was about time for the meals to be judged. The delicious odor of curry spread throughout the courtyard. The members of the forestry service, to whom we were owed gratitude for their daily work, were guided to their seats. The principal gave a bit of a ceremonial introduction. Next, the teacher expressed her desire for them to judge the curry contest. The men from the forestry service seemed to like that kind of thing and gave their enthusiastic approval. Well then, is everybody finished? We'll now have all the judges sample your cooking. Everybody in the class brought up their painstakingly made curry and arranged them on the desk. The only club members who managed a decent result were Rika-chan's group. Knowing full well it was a failure, Reina plated her curry for the judges. She already knew she was going to get a low score. But the question is she going to get hop-kicked by the principal? But at least she was still able to serve hers. Both Mion's and my curry were completely obliterated, so we couldn't even line them up on the table. The judges started from the curry made by the lower grades. They had a lively discussion, praising the food. Finally, it was our curry's turn. Next up is Ryugu-kun's curry. Yes, this looks quite appetizing. The principal cheerfully shoved a spoonful of Rena's salty curry into his mouth. Of course, his expression immediately changed. Oh my, what happened, Ryugu-san? It seemed so delicious when you were cooking it. Chie-sensei must have had some expectations, judging from her disappointment. Oh, I'm sorry. I might have added a bag of salt by accident. No snitching! No snitching in the games club, that's what's up. The rest of the judges grimaced after they each had a bite. I feel sorry for them. Failure is but the seasoning for success. I'm looking forward to next time. Do your best. Saying that, the principal devoured the rest of the over-salted curry in one go. Truly a man amongst men. Rena was down and out. Her offensive capabilities were something else, but she was defeated due to her weak defense. Well then, please savor our curry next. I see that Furude-san's group put a lot of effort into their curry. Let's see here. It's simple, but very nicely done. There was also the incident with Rena's salted curry right before this, so the judge's assessment was extraordinarily high. Maybe not just extraordinary, but perhaps today's forerunner? The judges began a heated debate. One of those judges let out a sigh as he removed a chunk of carrot with his spoon. Yeah, this kid's curry really isn't half bad, but I don't like carrots, you see. Personally, I think that carrots are a staple of curry, but I guess to each their own. However, seeing that, Rika-chan read the nameplate of the chest of his coveralls and began to speak. That's no good, Kyoji. You have to eat your carrots. What is she saying all of a sudden? Everybody turned to Rika-chan with a stunned look. But what Rika-chan just did was super effective. The carrot-hating judge began stuffing his face with curry while tears streamed down his face. Kyoji, there's seconds if you want them. Why did bro say mommy? While crying like that, he continued to shovel curry into his mouth. That's right. Rika-chan's curry was by no means simple. No, that curry had the taste of a mother's cooking. With the carrot-hating judge out of the picture, Rika-chan's assessment was unanimous. Nobody can stand up to Rika's curry. Sadako let out a shrill laugh as she declared victory. Bro, what mother's cooking? She's like 5. True. Joey, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. How's it going? How's it going? We are playing Higurashi Part 2. Joey, how was your stream? Please follow Joey if you hadn't done so already. Good streamer, good friend of mine. Really, really great dude. Raiders, welcome. It's Higurashi no Koro ni time. We're in Part 2. Nothing awful has happened yet. We're enjoying a curry cook-off right now. I'm Proxy Skew. I'm an alien. I'm a VTuber. I play fighting games and RPGs and visual novels. Oh, Joey, you were playing Xenoblade X? It is a horror game? Isn't that like... It's like big open world and there's like... I kind of know a little bit. Yeah. That game looks tight. It's one of the many Xenoblades I would like to try. Actually, something horrible happened. Perfectly good curry was wasted. That is true. The curry was sabotaged. Oh shit, music change? Don't be fooled, my esteemed judges. Don't be deceived into thinking this meager slop is the taste only a mother can provide. What you people actually wanted to eat was this kind of curry, wasn't it? Ooh! All of a sudden, in all its perfect glory, Mion's curry. Not only the judges, but the teachers, the underclassmen, and of course myself could only gasp in admiration. Hamburg steak with a demi-glace sauce and fresh salad. It's a set. It wouldn't be stretching it to say that this was a full-course meal. Damn, you know Daddy's cooking be fucking hitting too. Do not underestimate this old man. It's perfect. Perfectly made. Amazing. Amazing. Michan, you're amazing. Michan, you're amazing. Sadako was also shocked. Shocked. Even Rika-chan couldn't hide her surprise. It seemed the victor was decided without even needing a taste. Of course the hamburger was hand-kneaded. The salad also had a home-style dressing, but of professional quality. And the curry, not even a micron of grit. This is sublime. Truly a taste to savor, Sonozaki-san. The curry is no doubt a living testimony to 6,000 years of Indian cuisine and beautiful harmony, of Indian knowledge in beautiful harmony with Japanese cuisine. I'm elated. This deserves full marks. I'm giving it 100 points. She didn't use rice. Ah, you're welcome. I'm just trying to set an example as class representative. Mion bowed politely, and then winked at us with a smirk on her face. I admit defeat. There's no way this is happening. I'm certain that I sabotaged that pot of rice. That's right. Sadako had dumped salt into Mion's rice cooker, which should have ruined it. At that moment, it hit me. I spun back towards my own canister. That's why. At some point, my cooking canister had been opened, its contents completely emptied. Damn you, Mion! You used my rice! That's no fair! Hand over half of your curry. Mion clucked her tongue and waved her finger at me as a smirk washed over her face. Whoa there, Kei-chan. You're not taking this seriously enough. You gave up at the last moment. I didn't. That's the difference between us. As soon as you give up, it's all over. I couldn't even properly voice my shame. There's that I wanted to see, Zeros. Sometimes things are foreshadowing negative, and sometimes things are foreshadowing positive. Mii-chan, I feel sorry for Keiichi-kun. Just give him at least a little. It's fine. This is a lesson. Oh, wait, no, this is Mion. Kei-chan just learned you shouldn't give up on the contest until it's all over, right? It loathes me to say it, but Mion is right. To give up so quickly on the match was my own folly. For Mion to have brought that to my attention, I should actually be thankful to her. Well then, did that mean that even in this situation, I shouldn't give up? Damn, Keiichi, maybe it does. My curry was overtuned while it was still in the pot, and I don't even have any rice left. How in the blazes am I supposed to not lose hope in this situation? Maibara-san. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun suddenly appeared. Damn it. Even though my protégés had tried so hard, I wasn't able to meet their expectations. It was an accident. There was nothing you could do. Both of them were dejected. God, I couldn't accept defeat so easily. I was their senior. What would I be if I didn't pick up the broken pieces of the dream I had shown them? I just learned it from Mion just now, didn't I? Don't throw away the contest. Not until the last moment. Think, Maibara Keiichi. Think. Not about how to make more curry, but about how to win the match. Ah! I had an idea. I didn't think it could turn the tables, but it was better than nothing. Dude did sort of Jimmy Neutron it. Tomita-kun, come and wash your hands. Help me out. Okamura-kun, there's something I want you to find. Okay, gotcha. Both of them dispersed after receiving these instructions. Oh? How is Kei-chan going to flounder about at the end? Why don't you show me? Nobody likes a stubborn fool, you know. Shut up. Just sit there and watch the last card I have to play. First off, Mion, I'll be taking some of your rice. I won't let you say no. I don't really care. It's salty after all. It's okay if Rena helps too, right? Keiichi-kun is in trouble right now. Hearing you say that is very reassuring. Well then, Rena, go make some tea. Hell, he doesn't trust me. Yo! Joey, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Zanji. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, there must have been a Streamlabs update because my, custom alert reverted to a regular alert, but that's fine. It's still an alert. Thank you, Joey. I really appreciate that, man. Why wouldn't you trust Ryugu Rena? Next, Sadako. Also, Rika-chan. I challenge you to a side bet. Yo! Where you at? Where you at? FGC, where you at? Let's go. Let's go. $5? $10? Timer ends on odds or evens. Or first attack. First attack side bet. $10. What did you say? We'll listen to your request. This was my duty to my two proteges who shed blood, sweat, and tears for my sake. Sadako, Rika-chan, if I receive a perfect score, I'll be taking your curry. Nothing for you to eat. You need to know when to stop joking around. I'll be giving a big no to that. No, it's alright, Sadako. Take him up on it. Mion walking in here like, no, Sadako, run the set. Sadako, run the set. Firmly patting the top of Sadako's head, Mion said those words with all the gravitas of a club president. You handicapped him this much, didn't you? There's no way he can make up for that, so meet him head on. No matter how hard he struggles, he's not going to make a comeback, right? That might be true, but I don't mind. Keiichi. I'm sorry, let me take this line read again, because I gotta do the thing. I don't mind. Keiichi. Fight on. Nippa. Why won't they translate it consistently? The judges, seemingly growing tired of sampling the various curries, were debating each entry. And from what little I overheard, it seemed that Mion's impending victory was not in question. By the way, what happened to my Barakun's curry? I still haven't tried it yet. Translation stare. I'm gonna have to... In Ume Neko, it's gonna be even worse. There's like a character who repeats, who ends a lot of sentences with death. And it's supposed to be a pun because it also sounds like death. And like, there might be lines that I just read in Japanese because of it in Ume Neko, because like, it won't make any sense. Anyway, that's 1,000,000 hours away. Yeah, the pot with my curry in it fell over. Is that so? That's a real shame. I may have lost my curry, but that doesn't mean I've lost this contest. I'll have everybody singing my praises. My combative posturing had drawn the attention of all the judges. First of all, just be quiet and eat these, please. I'll listen to your complaints after that. This is my cooking! My Barakun, that's... Onigiri, huh? The judges smiled wryly at the simple fare that was quite in contrast to the preceding bravado. Onigiri, huh? That's funny. Rena poured tea into the cup she had brought over from the break room. He's making a mockery of this. There, look. There's not even any filling. It's nothing more than salted onigiri. This isn't even worthy of being called a contest anymore. It's true, the amount of salt might be a little much, but... He's made Brock's jelly donuts! Rena's expression told me she thought this was a great idea, but it might still not be enough to win the match. Maibara-san, is this really enough to make a comeback? Gentlemen, you did well. It's alright. Just watch. Who the fuck is... Why is Keiichi... I love how shonen-brained Keiichi is, it's great. Yo, Morgana! Thank you for the raid. Is it your birthday? Yo, can I get a shout out for... Thank you! Morgana, happy birthday! Well, it was yesterday? Gotcha. Thank you so much. How was your stream? What'd you play? Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Please give Morgana a follow if you haven't done so already. The judges were chewing with their mouths full and sipping at the tea. Nobody was singing praises or awestruck. They were just quietly chowing down. It seems that Kei-chan has learned how to use some rather underhanded tricks. This might be difficult. Ooh, did a model debut. Nice. I'm gonna have to look at the VOD later. Yeah, that's right. Rena understands that now, too. What do you mean? Why is everybody just quietly eating that much? You see, Sadako-chan, that's because the judges are actually tired of eating curry. Oh, Morgana, were you not here for the beginning of the next, Were you not here for the start of Chapter 2? It's a time loop. It's a time loop. Yeah, Keiichi woke up and everything was fine. Because they were judges and had to sample each and every offering. Because they were from small children. Because they were made to show their appreciation. They couldn't eat just a little bit of each. Sometimes a man values the amount more than the taste. At those times, rather than rich, mind-blowing flavor, they crave simplicity. They couldn't say it out loud, but this was the tastiest thing they'd had today. I confirmed that by looking at their eyes as the judges smiled wryly. Yo, I did Time Warp and Sweet Transvestite at karaoke the other night. I hope there's some video of it. I do have to post Space GF and I did an Ashnika song together, and she just like grabbed me by the waist and pulled me onto her lap. I am so arm candy in that moment. It is the most arm candy I've ever been. It's a great picture. I gotta put that up for you guys. Are you committing murder, streamers? What's up, Uber? No, we're having a curry judging contest. It's all good. I'll praise your efforts, but today's contest was about curry. I'm not sure we can give a score to this. The teacher and the principal had folded their arms while they pondered the situation. My underlings, seeing that, saw the small glimmer of hope fade away and grew dejected. Oh, was this little surprise just not enough? Oh mine, you say you're the one with Riz. Space GF's pretty rizzed up too, I gotta be honest with you. Don't give up, Kei-chan. Mion whispered quietly. That's right. If I didn't push here... No. I'll have you give it a score. If you think that curry and onigiri are really that different, you're sorely mistaken. Huh? Maibara-kun, what are you saying? How are they the same? The principal stopped the teacher. It looked like he was giving me one final chance. That was really sweet of Mion to cheer him on. The judges, having eaten their fill, quietly waited for my statement. Yo, let's go, Keiichi! Let's go! Why am I getting so hype over the curry contest? I fucking love Higurashi. In its homeland of India, curry is usually eaten with a type of bread called naan, isn't it? Therefore, you couldn't say that this cuisine we call curry rice is something we have. Therefore, you could say that this cuisine we call curry rice is something we have adopted and modified. Just as the teacher said at the beginning, it's a fusion of Indian and Japanese cuisine. I know what you're trying to say, my Barakun. Chie is budget CL. I forgot that Chie is actually a CL reference. Because when we see her art later, I can't remember if she gets art in the VN, but if you look up Chie Higurashi, she has CL's hair. She looks like an adult CL. But what does that have to do with onigiri? It's actually very simple. Both curry and onigiri are things made to let you enjoy eating rice. Rice was introduced to Japan from ancient China. Our agricultural forebears watered the fields, fighting the elements, disease, and pests to grow and raise our rice-centric culture. Yes, the Japanese people have formulated a plethora of dishes, but those were nothing more than attempts to find ways to enjoy eating rice. In other words, curry and onigiri are both the result of rice culture. It was scattered at first, but slowly grew into a steady roar. It was a thunderous applause that praised me. Keiichi's shit, when it works, is very like, and that man was Albert Einstein, and then everyone bursts into applause. Enough with the nonsense already. I won't accept this. The teachers are only judging curry, you know? This is out of the question. It obviously deserves 0 points. Miss, Keiichi-kun did his best. Could you please acknowledge that? Today's class was supposed to be about curry. What should we do? Mion, stifling her laughter, stepped forward. Once again, this is the bit! There's a story about when a Michelin 3-star chef from France came to Japan. The people from the hotel he was staying had a whole bunch of ingredients from France imported. But the chef didn't give them a second glance. I wonder why that was. They were ingredients from his homeland. The chef went to the local fish market and made a dish from fresh fish caught in Japan. The culture of food isn't bound by predetermined rules. It's culture. If you come to Japan, you meld with Japanese culture and make something new. That's how curry and onigiri are the same. Mion. She was providing fire support. I had to be grateful. The judges were somehow moved by this complicated yet baseless trivia. Yo, Emma, welcome. This is some intense music for talking about dinner? You're right, it is. Isn't Mion trying to win? She is trying to win. She's really helping out Keiichi, though. A stern look washed over the teacher's face as she refolded her arms. My Barakun, your pot of curry was flipped over, wasn't it? Even though I said at the beginning to be careful. I'm sorry. But, as my Barakun and Sonozaki-san said, there are no boundaries in cuisine. If it's something that can amaze people, then it's not something that should be discriminated against just because of the form. Then... For spilling your pot, minus 20 points. But, just for today, for not giving up and doing your best, plus 20 points. I'll give you 100 points. Maibara-san, we did it! My underclassmen leapt at me. A perfect score. We did it! We did it! The curry was split and our rice was taken. But we made a comeback. In the end, Rika-chan's curry also received full marks, so everybody but Rena had a perfect score. Since this contest was outside the scope of regular club activities, there wasn't any particular penalty game. Rena breathed a sigh of relief. Mion got a perfect. Only Rena didn't. Now then, as promised, Sadako, Rika-chan, I'll be taking your curry. Dark Phoenix voice. I'll take your curry. But that means we won't have any lunch. Ah. Sadako stomped angrily at the ground in frustration, but the price of defeat was absolute. Is what I wanted to say, but I'll show you some mercy. You can eat half. Thank you, Keiichi. My two proteges peered over from the sidelines, tears of joy streaming from their faces. We exchanged glances that would only be understood amongst men. Keiichi, you're like 14 and they're like 8. We did it, Maibara-san. Ah, this is all thanks to you. We flashed each other a thumbs up. Now, I just have to give these to my pupils. I've gotten pretty hungry myself. I guess I'll have one of my onigiri. Huh? There was no trace of my onigiri. The ones I had set aside for myself included. As I peered around searching for them, the principal clapped a hand on my shoulder. When I was listening to that speech you gave, the rice I was chewing on grew even more delicious. Could it be that you also ate my share? The principal simply laughed without answering. Seriously? My eyes half brimmed with tears and my stomach rumbling, I was called over by the teacher. Maibara-kun, because of the circumstances, I had to give you a perfect score, but you understand, right? Huh? Understand what? I love when they give us just 5 seconds of no music in the Higurashi. There was an odd glint in the teacher's eyes. If I had to describe it, it was curry-colored. Like a pot of stewing curry, her eyes whirled around in a spiral. A chill washed over me. The teacher clutched me by the shoulders and drew me in closer until our noses were almost touching. Curry is the world's most respected and sacred of dishes. I will absolutely not allow it to be put in the same category as onigiri. You hear me? Curry was created in ancient India, one of the 4 great river valley civilizations, and was raved about during the reign of King Ashoka in Kapilavastu for the birth of Shakya at the International Food Expo Michelin Twirly Twirly. Even the Eiffel Tower was pickled in simmering curry turmeric, whether you are asleep or awake. Curry, 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 curry. Bro just got like Junko and Oshima'd. Someone played Digital Devil Saga? That was probably a reference to something that I don't know. It was too on point. Hey, Keiichi-san, what are you stumbling around for? Cleaning up is part of cooking too. Keiichi-kun, your eyes are all curried. Why is that? Why? Curry, curry, curry. Yikes. She got him, huh? It's okay. He'll be back to normal by tomorrow. Probably. It wasn't that long before hunger brought me back to my senses. Oh, Warida, I'm ordering curry. I'm actually kind of a little hungry. Wait, is everybody in this town at least a little bit off because of whatever... That's an interesting question, Jack. Was that a silly, goofy bit? Or was that a Yashiro-sama? In the end, all of the onigiri was eaten by the principal, so I had to make do without lunch. Skipping lunch, I never knew the afternoon could be so long and painful. A feeling other than drowsiness made me space out. Are you alright, Keiichi-kun? That's why I said you shouldn't eat Rena's curry. As if I could eat this curry with enough salt in it just to make my blood pressure rise just by looking at it. I think I threw an extra just in there. Is what I said, as I initially refused. I could only regret it. The hunger, the stomachache. Well, you did a good job making it through. Your absolutely hopeless situation, that is. Kei-chan, you're pretty strong when you're cornered, eh? Don't do this! Stop this! I don't need any compliments right now. I need food. There's something for you to eat at home, right? We don't keep snacks lying around at home. And I'm out of cup noodles right now. Second time he mentioned being strong while cornered, that's true. Since you're enduring that hunger so much right now, I'm sure tonight's dinner will be really tasty. I had absolutely no intention of laughing along. Well then, I'll take my leave. I have my part-time job again today. It's really rough when you're not used to the work. That job at the Angel Maw family restaurant, huh? That uniform was somewhat stimulating. How? I like that being turned on force femmes Keiichi. Being a waitress really is hard work. Eh? Mi-chan working as a waitress? Really? Really? What kind of place is it? How? No, I'm... Right, I'm working at that toy store from the other day. Shion is the waitress. Ah, my bad. I completely forgot that's how it ended up being. I'm sorry. You guys look so similar, I mixed you up. Keiichi-kun, who's Shion? Rena asked the obvious question. Mion's younger twin sister. She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion. That's right. We look similar, but our personalities are completely different. I'm very kind and thoughtful, but Shion has a cold and scary personality. I think that when you guys were born, Shion got all the feminine aspects. Unlike Mion, she's a cute and cheerful girl. Don't say that to Mion! Kei-chan? Rena interjected as her eyes darted back and forth from our exchange. Is that true? Rena's never met her. Mi-chan, did you ever tell me you had a younger sister? Shion's existence was already being exposed as a cover-up. I couldn't help Mion out here. I could only have her end this charade. Oh yeah, I still haven't introduced her to you, Rena. My younger sister's name is Shion. I don't know. I didn't ask. I never met her when I went to Mi-chan's house. Yeah, that. You know, I'm the only one that lives with Granny. Shion lives at the family home in Okinomiya. We're not that close, so yeah, she doesn't come here too often. Rena's face indicated she wasn't sure if she was convinced. She was usually a bit of an airhead, but she was unusually sharp when it came to these kinds of things. Yeah, it's almost like Rena really doesn't like being lied to. Well, it's not a lie. Please believe me. Oh! As she said, "Yeah, I believe you," a smile suddenly blossomed on Rena's face. Rena wants to meet her. I'll go and see her sometime. What store is she working at? What store? That is... she's getting more tangled in her little web. I could tell that Mion was getting increasingly frantic. I wanted to help her out, but it was hard for an outsider to butt in on family issues. Sorry, I have to get to work. Later. Rena, Kei-chan, see you tomorrow. Unilaterally ending the conversation, Mion headed home. No matter how you looked at it, she was running away. We'll just label this one as an emergency escape. Usotsuki. Mii-chan was kinda cute. I wonder why. Hehe. Rena giggled in amusement. We don't need it, but I would love just a Ryushiki confirmation that Rena is bi or pan. Because there actually are a bunch of canon queer characters in the When They Cry series. I do wish Rena was, like... I wish we got a word of God on it, but like, come on. I wonder when dinner is. Would lying down be the best way to conserve energy? I sprawled in the entryway without even taking off my shoes. As I was losing the last vestiges of my consciousness, the doorbell rang. It seemed I had a guest. Come on in. It's open. I directed my listless voice at the door. Good afternoon. Huh? Kei-chan, what are you doing? It seemed my guess was Mion, or rather, Shion. Ooh. This is the Shion sprite, which we've never seen before in the original. This is the Shion outfit. Help me. Bruh. No gun? No gun? No, Shion doesn't carry an airsoft gun. How boyish. She would never. Keiichi's parents are just here. They left in Watanagashi-hen because they had to go to Tokyo for work. Because an emergency came up with Dad's work, but they're just here. She seemed shocked when she saw me sprawled out in the entryway. Is that Shion? Wait, why? I thought that Shion's existence was an illusion that was limited to when Mion was at the restaurant. That's why I never even considered that Shion would appear here. I heard from my sister. Because of the club activities today, you weren't able to eat lunch, right? Yeah, it was a lot of trouble. Sadako spilled my pot, and you stole my rice. But I'm Shion. She grew red and began to mope. That's right, she was the younger twin right now. Sorry. What's up? Did you bring something for me to eat? Oh my. It's somehow disappointing that you hit the nail right on the head, but here. With a disappointed smile, Shion held out the small bento box she had hidden behind her back. Huh? You really brought something for me to eat? Thanks. There was still some of the ground beef left over from what my sister brought to school. I knew it was going to be right before dinner, but I wondered if you'd want it. Am I bothering you? Not even a bit. I'm really happy. Can I really eat this? Taking a look inside the box, to say that she had just put some of the leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside. Is it really okay? There's not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right? Jeez. I'm not my sister. I wouldn't do that kind of thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll just go home and eat it myself. Saying that, she pouted cutely and made a motion as if to snatch the box back. There were some times that made me doubt that she was the same person as Mion, and this was undoubtedly one of those moments. I don't mind at all. I want to chow down on it with thanks from the bottom of my heart. It's not something to be so thankful about that your nose has to run. Shion, who thought that I might not take the bento, looked down happily. There's not much, but do you want to come in? I can probably make some tea or something. Sorry. Maybe some other time. I'm on my way to work. Oh, that's right. She did say that before. Just rinse the box out with water and give it back to my sister tomorrow, please. Of course. It would only be the proper thing to do after being allowed to eat something that looks this delicious. Well then, I'll take my leave. One last thing. Shion grew red again as she looked down once more. During that contest with the curry, my sister took your rice without permission, right? My sister fools around too much, so sometimes she gets carried away. She wasn't doing it just to be mean. Hey, it's not like I mind that too much. There are no grudges when it comes to club activities, after all. In fact, I should be the one that's thankful for all the thrills and entertainment. Could you tell that to Mion for me? Yes. I think my sister will be very happy to hear that. Well then, I have to go. Shion smiled brightly. After bowing deeply, she left as she looked at her watch. This is literally the cutest shit. It's so good. I'm happy, but is this really okay? I looked at the bento box she left behind. A faint warmth spread through the palm of my hand. If it were Mion, I could see hot sauce, mustard, maybe even a needle being mixed inside. But really, I don't think she would go so far as putting a needle in there. I opened the box once again and hesitantly tasted a bit. I took a bite, and another. There was no funny business. There was no danger at all, for it was delicious. That's right. That was Shion, not Mion, so there shouldn't have been anything to worry about. I rushed back to my room, eating as I gave my thanks. It was so delicious that my stomach could cry. When they cry. Shion. No, Mion. When she heard I was so hungry I could die, she brought this over to me. It was delicious to the last bite. By the way, nothing strange had been mixed in. I was a bit embarrassed at myself for being so skeptical. Yeah, Keiichi, that would be insane to think something strange would be mixed in. Take your paranoid ass back to Watanagashi-hen. We bake each other delicious meals here. What did he think would be mixed in? Mochi? Alright, let's look at the tips. We have one tip. The needle was in the first loop, yes. It was delicious. Hey, Mion. Here. What is this, Kei-chan? I thrust the bento box she'd given me yesterday at her face. It had the food you gave me in it. Thanks. It was great. Mion's face quickly flushed bright red. Hey now, you were the one pretending to be Shion when you gave it to me. You're gonna give it away if you get all red like that when you're being Mion. At this rate, she might trip and fall right into her own grave, so I decided to help her out. Listen, I was pretty hungry yesterday. Out of the blue, Shion came all the way to my house and gave me some food in a bento box. This is that box. Make sure you wash it out. Right! Shion's really considerate, huh? I was so transparent. Was Mion always this terrible at lying? Her expression was different than usual, but it looked strangely cute. So, what did you think? You two are like peas in a pod. You're twins, right? Obviously you'd look the same. Not that. Mion looked kind of bewildered, like she was waiting for a specific answer. When she said impression, maybe she didn't mean Shion, but the bento. Oh, of course. It was delicious. Really? I never lie about liking food. If I say something's good, then it's objectively good. You can feel free to give my recommendations to every single person you meet. Tell Shion it was seriously great, alright? Okay. Tell Shion, right? I will. I think she'll be happy. We're going along with Shion having given it to me, not Mion, aren't we? Yet, her laugh, it came from deep down, and it sounded really happy. I guess she really can laugh nicely enough that just looking at her makes me feel better too. A sarcastic remark made its way onto my tongue, but I swallowed it back. As Mion went to put the bento box in her bag, she noticed a clattering noise. Kei-chan, there's something inside. Huh? Wow. She opened it? The thing inside was a little embarrassing, so I wish she hadn't opened it here. Panicking, I hid it with my hands. Well, my mother told me to put it in as thanks. I didn't come up with it or anything. Don't get the wrong idea. It's so pretty. Candy. There was a handful of candies neatly wrapped in paper inside the sparkly clean bento box. When I was cleaning the box out yesterday in the sink, Mom came over and interrogated me, and I fessed up as to who had given me the food. Then she told me that something like this caused for a display of gratitude. I didn't want to because it was embarrassing, so I argued that it wouldn't be like me to do that. Well, that's what happened. I was so embarrassed it felt like fire might shoot out of my face. Mion laughing the whole time like she usually did would be fine, but for some reason, she was staring at the candy in the box with fascination. Thank you. Don't thank me. Thank my mom. She put them in there. Besides, you're not the one I need to be thanking, right, Mion? Those are for Shion, okay? Right. You're right. Okay. I'll be sure to tell Shion. I just know she'll be happy. Mion, looking a little downtrodden, put the lid back on the box. Seemed like I ended up saying something a little mean at the end. Bro is on his dingy game right now, for real. You know, I've fumbled some of the baddest bitches in the world. Mi-chan, you look sorta cozy today. Did something happen? Did it? Perhaps she's caught a fever? The red in her face is probably due to the increased body temperature. Hey, Rika. Why are you petting my head? Sadako, I'm sure you'll be able to catch fever soon enough. Clearly Shion is Mion getting possessed by the spirit of her dead sister. Who's to say? I won't confirm nor deny anything in chat that I ever see, unless it has been hard confirmed in the game before. I might have explained this before, but Phys Ed at our school is really just an exercise in disorder. After some random warm-ups, the rest of the time is spent doing whatever. You're free to cause a ruckus or just fall asleep. I'm not really sure, but doesn't the Board of Education have some sort of curriculum for this? Something like, when you're this old, you should have this amount of physical ability? I have no idea what you're saying, Keiichi-san. It's rather difficult to understand. Well, you see, it's something like a rule for teachers to follow during class. Maybe you weakling city folk need something like that. But do you really think us country-raised kids would lag behind in physical ability? We're better athletes than you would think, Keiichi. Come to think of it, they might be right. If we all lined up for a race, there was a good chance I'd finish dead last if I didn't start off well. Lily, don't acknowledge it. You'll give it power. No, you're right. It's strange. Let's just pray that when a brutal penalty game is at stake, the 100-meter dash isn't a club activity. On that note, I watch too much television, so I'm fantastically tired. I'll be using this time to catch up on my sleep. It's fourth period and I'm completely starved. If I don't sleep now, when will I ever? As I began to sprawl out on top of a pipe, Mion grabbed me by the collar. A pipe? Do you really think I'd let you sleep in peace and quiet? Literal pipe laying, Keiichi just... Oh, damn it. With that look on your face, it'd require more courage to try to take a nap than not. Good grief. Which means it's going to start again? Now. Just killing time with idle chit-chat until the bell rings is impossible for us hot-blooded youth, isn't it? Shall we start a club activity? Just as I thought, it's come to this. What's today's game? Now that this is happening, taking a nap is impossible. Not just that, with this sleep-deprived head of mine, I'm as good as mincemeat. I have to get my brain into gear. Rena thinks we should decide what today's penalty game should be before we start. Rena knows what's up. I prepared something super special today. She began to announce the cruel penalty game with a grand splitting flourish. But before she could do that... I'm sorry. I have something that I wanted to do. Of all people, it was Rika-chan announcing her non-participation. Even rare events like this do eventually occur. Losing her timing, Mion spun like a top as she tumbled to the ground. What? Huh? What's the matter? Are you not feeling well? Oh, that's right. Mi-chan, she has to practice for the Watanagashi. That's right. It's this Sunday. Rika is in the middle of super serious training right now. I've been working too hard lately, so my arms hurt. I see. Well, there's nothing that can be done. There's no point in doing anything if we can't get everybody together. Today, let's just take it easy. I'm very sorry, but I'll try my best. Yeah, good luck. We'll be cheering you on. Yeah, sad Rika is sad. When Mion announced that today's club activity was cancelled, Rika-chan and Sadako headed off behind the school building. When I was left alone, completely clueless as to what everybody was talking about. What was that about? Is Rika-chan training for a competition or something? Rika-chan is a shrine maiden for the Watanagashi, so she has to perform a ritual dance. It's practice for that. Why don't you explain things in order? First of all, what is this Watanagashi? Next, what do you mean by shrine maiden? Last, what do you mean by ritual dance? Huh? Didn't you get the notice at your house, Kei-chan? Wasn't it written there? The Watanagashi festival is this Sunday. Huh? Come to think of it, I have a feeling Mom did say something about it during the other day. The Watanagashi is a festival that happens on the shrine on a Sunday every June. It's very lively. I see. But Watanagashi sounds like a pretty strange name for it. Is it something like a lantern festival where they have a memorial for the dead by floating things down the river? Oh, I figured you might guess right, Kei-chan. The Watanagashi, or Cotton Drift Festival, is, as the name implies, where we set cotton adrift down the river. The cotton, you see, is from futons or jackets. So would it be something like a futon memorial? They also pile futons up on the altar. I've heard of people leaving offerings of things like needles or kitchen knives to their ancestors or to casualties of war. Bro, they keep bringing up, but an offering of futons is a first for me. What's the history behind that? Mion tilted her head pensively. I don't think there's a complicated backstory to it. The winters around here are pretty harsh, so things like warm futons and coats to ward off the cold are fairly important, I guess. Yeah, I don't think there's any important backstory to the Watanagashi in the Watanagashi-hen, or Watanagashi chapter. Ah, I see. In other words, it's something like giving thanks to the futons that took care of you during the winter, then. Would Satoshi consider being lost to war? Oh, good question. Then the Shrine Maiden holds a memorial service for them and set them adrift. That's what the Watanagashi is? Mion and Rena indicated that I had the correct answer with a round of applause. And you see, that shrine maiden performing the memorial is Rika-chan. Oh, so Rika-chan is a shrine maiden. Now that you mention it, Rika-chan does have a mystical air about her. Right? Right. Rika-chan in a shrine maiden outfit. How so cute. It certainly does seem like it would suit her. Yeah, it might be cute. I finally get what you're saying. Rika-chan's training is for her performance as a shrine maiden, then. That would be it. The shrine maiden has to purify a number of futons as part of the ceremony. It's practice for that. It's a lot of hard work. The shrine maiden has to carry a large ceremonial hoe as part of the rite, and it's really heavy for Rika-chan. Well, Rika-chan is pretty small. Exactly how heavy is that hoe? It's pretty heavy. Enough that Rika-chan has been practicing with a mochi mallet. Wait a minute. That's way too heavy. Forget about Rika-chan, that'd be rough even for me. It's a sacred ceremonial hoe. If she dropped it by accident, it'd be big trouble. Well, it's a once-a-year kind of deal. All we can do is cheer from the sidelines. It'll be okay. She pulled it off last year. Really? Then the least I can do is cheer her on. Even something that little would help, right? I was rather curious about how exactly she practiced. Mion laughed as she shook her head. Leave her alone. If you go, Rika-chan will get all cute and won't be able to practice. I didn't quite understand what Mion was saying. You see, Rika-chan doesn't like showing people how hard she works, okay? So just leave her be. Even the always cool and aloof Rika-chan has times when she sweats while giving it her all. Because she was always so well put together, she didn't want people to see an ungainly side of her. It's not like I couldn't understand that feeling. All I can do is pray for her success, huh? Do your best, Urude Rika. I'm cheering for you. Well then, I climbed onto the pipe and plopped down on my side. Hooray! Hooray! Rika-chan! In order to transmit more of my psychic waves of encouragement, I'll be entering a meditative state now. So you're just gonna sleep after all?